Today's spooky spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Van Helsing. Van Helsing comes with, he comes with a cross, he comes with a tombstone, and he comes with a vampire that's, it's missing some of the body. Down below, we've got a picture of Van Helsing, and spin around the side. That same image is featured on the side of the package as well. The back shows you what Van Helsing figure will look like, complete with the partial vampire. The read-up says, vampires, werewolves, zombies, and mutants. The world is full of monsters that lurk in the darkness. They prey on the good and decent, and they grow stronger on our flesh and blood. Someone must stand up to them. Someone must protect the night against the creatures who stalk it. Dr. Abraham Van Helsing was a scholar and a student of man, science, and nature until the day his family was taken from him, and he was set down on a different path. Putting his knowledge of biology, history, and theology to use, he deduced what had committed the crime and how to destroy it. Since then, he has roamed the world seeking out evil and eradicating it, so the other might enjoy the life he once had. This fully posable 7-inch action figure was sculpted by Jean St. Jean. To check out more, you can go to www.diamondselecttoys.com. And that being said, Spot's going to take a break. Going to get this opened up. And when we come back, we're going to have a better look at Vampire Hunter Van Helsing. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Vampire Van Helsing comes with some accessories, and I say some. He has a lot of different accessories. Comes with a graveyard mound. There's a peg at the top there that you can attach him to, but some assembly required for the other pieces. He comes with a tombstone. It says Harker, and we can take that and peg that into place. You can see right away which pieces go where by the size of the slots that come included. So the cross attaches just like that. You do have to apply a little bit of pressure for it to get affixed. There we go. And you've got yourself a cemetery scene. Very cool. On top of that, you've got yourself a vampire. Now, I mentioned before, this vampire's got no body. It literally has no body. However, what you can do, you can move the arms at least. There's articulation also in the head. You can take the body and attach it to the base. And you got something that looks like that. That is so cool. So cool. Really, too, as well, if you, not to be mixing different toy brands, but I always say that Diamond Select does some of the best display stands for their figures. Theoretically, if you wanted to take the vampire out, you could have a pretty good display for something like a Jason Voorhees figure, just with the dirt mound and the cross, the tombstone. It would be a good look for a Jason Voorhees figure. That being said, well, actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Let's resume. Resume. Let's have a look at the vampire. Paint quite nice. They've even gone as far as to put a little bit of the dirt brown on her top. She's got some long hair. I love the red eyes. And even in the mouth, there's a slight indication that she has fangs. Not really, though. I mean, she's been underground for a bit, so she hasn't quite woken up. She needs some coffee, some morning Java. I love the rags, though, and the dark wash that they've put on the body again. A consistent sight with a lot of the movie Universal Monster figures. So there you have the display stand. Very cool. Speaking of cool, let's have a look at Van Helsing. Not to be confused with Hugh Jackman. As a Van Helsing we all want to forget about. A running gag on this channel is Van Helsing. I did all the figures, I think most if not all the figures from the movie. We had some fun, we laughed, we cried, we did a lot of crying. But we're going to the basics here, back to the original Van Helsing here. He has a lot of accessories. He has probably some of the most accessories I've seen on a Universal Studios Monsters figure. And as you can see, his backpack is adorned with different weapons. We're going to go through these individually. First things first, he's got some stakes. Although these stakes cannot be removed, they're affixed. They're attached. They're all sculpted in. But he does have I'm guessing here, a musket. He has a musket, which it actually is still attached by its elastic band. There we go. Little musket gun, which you can take and put into his hand. There we go. He also has, spin around, he's got a very neat looking blade, like an Arabian Nights kind of sword. Nice metallic, it's almost like a gunmetal silver on the blade. And then the handle's just a black handle. And that slides on the top like that. Spin it around so it doesn't get in the way. He's also got a larger gun. It's like an elephant gun. None of the components move anything on it, but pretty good detail though on the handle. The actual clip. I know that's not the actual name for it. And we've got some gold going on in there too. Very nice. I also love the fact that the backpack has this like stitched leather look to it. Nice touch. So we'll put that back in there. And finally, he's got an axe, which has some blood on it. He might have frequently used this. He might have just used this as well, but indicating the fact that the blood is still like a very vibrant red. And I think for display purposes, I might display Van Helsing with axe and perhaps musket or small handgun. Very nice looking figure. The face, let's put the gun in his holster for a second. The face is good. It's not, I mean, you can't pinpoint it specifically, I would say, to one movie version of Van Helsing, because we've got like Hugh Jackman, Bram Stoker's Dracula. We had, trying to think of his name, Anthony Hopkins, thank you. So there's been Van Helsing's galore, Peter Cushing as well, Van Helsing. But this one I love that the handlebar, mustache, mutton chops look to him. He's got a scar going down on the face, so it looks like he can't see from one eye. Paint's quite good on the hair as well. I like that. I like the coloring of his jacket. And it's got this interesting jacket that it's got the, like, I'm assuming it's kind of like a leather top to it, which the leather also carries over a little bit into the gloves. And he's got the Buccaneer style boots. He's got a good look to him. Very much so. Very much so. When it comes to Van Helsing's articulation, his head is on a ball joint. Hinge joint shoulders, which rotate out. You can rotate it all the way around as well. A swivel in the bicep. Hinge as well as a rotation in the forearm. Hinge as well as a rotation. Actually, no, excuse me. Just a rotation in the glove. There's no sculpt. It looked like there was a rotation, but it's all one solid piece for the glove. Swivel at the waist. And then the one leg works a little bit easier than this one just because it butts against the pouch, the gun holder, the holster. He has a swivel in the thigh, hinged knee, swivel also at the top of the boot, and a hinge in the foot. There we go. This is now the third Universal Monster figure that we've looked at. This Spottober, we've already had a look at the Son of Frankenstein, and we also, of course, had a look at the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And while this one is not necessarily a monster, it is still a fantastic piece that I'm going to be adding every Halloween. I'll put this guy out along with the rest of the Universal monsters that we've been looking at. I'll put this guy against Dracula. We'll see who the better man is. Today's spooktacular Spot was having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Universal Studios, home of the original monsters. We're having a look today at Van Helsing. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. Spot's going to have more spooky spots heading your way this month of October. Thanks for watching, as you always do. See you next time.